Hello and welcome back to Honest Storytellers Night. My name is Nathan, joined as always by my co-host. My name is Nathan. I've just realised what I said. Hold on. I know what I just said.
Well done.
Mate, it's the sun, I'm telling you. Right. Welcome back to Honest Storytellers Night. My name is Josh, joined as always by my co-host Nathan.
Hello.
How have you been the past week, my friend?
Oh, well, last week was obviously finishing stuff off ready for our term break. And
Yep.
obviously Subnautica, although I've already played it and finished it, I'm obviously uploading videos every day, and I've got a couple of videos. Oh, while I think of it, I Am Coin is now full release.
I know. I've been speaking to the developer. He
Yeah.
emailed me, and I'm going to be sorting that out tomorrow.
Yeah, so I need to look at as well. Because obviously I've done Subnautica, but it's just every day now is uploading what I've done on Subnautica, which just takes forever because it's like 12 hours I did in one weekend. But also this week I've got 007 to do when that comes out. When I get it delivered.
Good luck with that.
Oh, I got that as well. So many things to do. Other than that, obviously today doing Cat's garden because she's got a few back issues at the moment, so she can't do it. So I've been helping her with the gardening. Jack's over as well, but he's at my mum's helping like his grandma with their garden. So Jack's been doing that today. So yeah, other than that, seems you all just finished The Boys last night as well. So that was interesting. Interesting. Not sure about some things, but it did end okay. So
yeah, it didn't end the right way, but then again, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse. I think they rushed a lot of things. Like the whole Gen V had there's nothing to do with it whatsoever.
I was happy with Gen V. Gen V, both seasons were brilliant. And now they just made it obsolete. It's like,
yeah, I'm surprised they actually had some of the people in the ending, like near the ending. They didn't take part in anything. Poor Frenchie though, it's like Frenchie, but yeah, it was an interesting. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot better, I think, but it ended enough that it kind of had closure to most things, I think, didn't it, in the end? So yeah, we'll see what happens now with the new prequel that's coming.
The Vault Rising. Anyways, my week has been hot. I've been struggling so much. Wednesday, nothing really happened until Wednesday. Wednesday, work. Thursday, I chilled out. Literally in bed most of the day. Friday, I worked as well, but I spent time at my dad's and we chilled out and just played some card games. Saturday went to this Hans Zimmer versus John Williams orchestra battle.
Nice.
And mate, it was fun. I loved it. It was very, very up my street, and I was very happy that I went. Then yesterday, I went to go see my stepmom's first gig, my first live gig of her group, so of her band.
Cool.
Rockabilly, covers, original songs. It was fun. The heat this weekend hasn't been fun. And it's only going to get worse throughout the week, and it's going to cool down on Friday, and I'm working Wednesday. I'm not happy about it. Hey ho. Other than that, I've completed the Idols of Ash. I played Idols of Ash.
You played Idols of Ash. That was fun, wasn't it?
Oh, I loved it. I'm going to do. I've only done 3 videos because I weren't going to do what you did and sit it in one and play it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do. I've done my 3 videos, but now that I've finished it, I'm going to try and record it in one sitting without dying from beginning to end. And if I die, I'll have to restart from the top.
So you've got to do after that, don't you? White Knuckle.
White Knuckle is something that I'll have a look at
because it's very, very, very similar graphic style, but the difference is you're climbing it up, not down. And you don't grapple. That's good.
Yeah. Anyhow, are you ready for today's topic? So we're doing Jeopardy today, and I have got 2 sets of Jeopardies, to like an easy level, then a hard level, just to keep it flowing. And then after, you can debunk what questions you got wrong, what questions you got right, and so on and so forth.
Okay, before we do that, something we should probably cover in our little intro is just End of Destiny, because that's obviously happened this week. So we probably should cover it.
Because it's a big part. Yeah, big part of our lives.
Yeah, well, cock of shit, eh?
I'll start saying I have signed a petition for Destiny 3.
Yeah.
I've done a video on my channel on Destiny 2 and Bungie. So I'm heartbroken, don't get me wrong. I do want to go back to playing it. So I'm going to have a chat with you after the podcast about that.
Yeah.
But
you know what? The worst thing for me is finding out the devs didn't even know. And they've been doing stuff, and then Sony just got, nah, scrap it, and none of them knew, and they're going to be obviously devastated because half of them will lose their jobs now. That's what makes it even worse, is that they could have done something, and the devs kept pushing Destiny 3, and Sony could go, no, and they wanted Marathon for some god awful, who knows why reason.
I mean,
but they're now changing Marathon to have a PvE mode.
Yeah, I did see. Like, it's all meant to be the next big PvP game. Yeah, we'll just turn it into Destiny.
It's never going to get there because every season wipes.
Yeah.
And I'm not into that. I like my vault. I like having my weapons and collecting, you know. I bloody like collecting things, but it's just does my head in. Oh well, but we had to at least cover it basically. So let's get on with it then.
So here is the first Jeopardy board for you. So, there's only one team. It's going to be you. I did try and get a few other people to join us, so we have a bit more of a bigger roster, like Gary. I tried getting Kay and Shani, who I've introduced you to. I've tried getting a bunch of people to join us today, but only you are available. So,
holiday in it. So,
yeah, exactly.
Out in the sun.
So, pick away. Where would you like to start?
Movies for 200. Josh, I'm not sure I'll get any of those right. So, you know, that's going to be the last one.
Movies, bear in mind, this is the first board. There is another board if we get onto it. So, movies for 200. Which was the last feature film of screen legend Paul Newman, which was also the highest grossing movie of his career? I'm
trying to think what was the... I can't think what last movie he did, because obviously a while ago.
I will say now that you're a bit stumped, and this is what I was waiting for you to get stumped, and I wasn't expecting it to be the first one you picked.
It was a Paul Newman one.
Some of these Jeopardy questions I'll have leniency with. 100 to 200. You're always allowed to go on Google, but you're only allowed to look at the one thing that you're searching for. You just can't scroll.
Just I'm not going to search screenshots against it. No, I'm not going to do that because that's
okay.
Too easy.
Then in that case,
the only one I can think of is what was the color of money?
The answer is Cars.
Don't even know it. The only Cars movie I can think of is bloody Disney.
That is the Cars film, yes. So far, you're not on any points. So what next?
Lord of the Rings 300.
I won't get 300. How many arrows did it take to strike down Boromir?
What is 9? Was it 9?
What is 3?
It's only 3.
It was only 3. Next up.
I suppose they got him down and then they kept shooting him, didn't they? Yeah, so that's kind of like, I don't know. It doesn't seem right. There's only 3 that actually took him out.
I fact checked it. It was 3 that struck him down. That brought him down to his knees.
But that's
I fact checked it.
I know, but that's wording.
Wording as well.
Is bringing down.
It's an actual quiz question.
Yeah, I know, but it's bring him down. I'd think to kill him, not to just bring him. So bring him down to his knees is a different question to what killed. You know.
Well, that's the only thing. That's what the question was, and that's what I took. Some of these are made up. Some of them are taken out of proper quizzes.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's a very kind of iffy on the wording. I don't like. I'm not saying it's wrong. Just saying it's one of those iffy wording that you can look at it a different ways. Bringing down, I would think killing him, and not just bringing him to his knees. You see what I mean?
Okay. Well,
that's the only thing with that sort of thing. Music 300.
Music for 300. What film is this? I've gone to movies.
Yeah, I didn't say that's right.
Sorry, well, at least I ain't gone to music for 300. What is the name of Eminem's album? This album has red
No idea.
curtains opening up to
No
see
idea.
Eminem.
Don't know any of his album names
What is
whatsoever.
the Eminem Show?
No idea.
Next up, mate.
I'll just get music for 200.
Music for 200. What
No
symbol
idea.
is on Ed
Don't
Sheeran's
like Ed
album
Sheeran.
that has the song Castle on the Hill?
Okay.
The answer is Divide.
Don't like him. I wouldn't have a clue. Music 400.
This song was sung by Weird Al Yankovic in an
What is Dare to Be Stupid?
1989 animated movie.
What is Dare to Be Stupid?
What is Dare to Be Stupid? There you go. You got your first set of points, 400.
Music 500.
The famous maraca song lip-synced by Jim Carrey in The Mask is what song?
What is Cuban Pete? I don't know if that's
what is Cuban Pete?
Hey,
there you go. You've got
only got that
more.
because it's movie related. Music 100.
And music for 100. Who sang Danger Zone?
Who is Kenny Loggins?
Who is Kenny Loggins?
See, movie. You go for Eminem and bloody Ed Shitty, I wouldn't have a clue. Lord of the Rings 100.
Lord of the Rings for 100. Who is the director of the Lord of the Rings
Who is Peter
films?
Jackson?
Who is Peter Jackson?
Geek 200.
Geek 200. Okay. How many copies did Capcom sell of Resident Evil 9 in a week?
No clue whatsoever. What is 2 million?
What is 5 million?
5%. Yeah, no clue. General Geek 100.
General Geek for 100. Who was the wrestler in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man?
Who is Macho Man Randy Savage, also called, was it Chainsaw? Or something
Who
like that?
is Macho Man Randy Savage?
It's Chainsaw, something like that when it was called.
It was Chainsaw, yes. That was the... I was after the wrestling. You got it right.
Yeah.
So,
movies 400.
Movies for 400. Which is the first Walt Disney animated classic, the first animated full-color movie to be produced?
Ooh, what's the first color? God, that could be. I'm trying to think.
Anything.
There's a few that it could be. That's the trouble. What is Fantasia?
What is Snow White?
It was the toss up between the two, because I know Fantasia was famous for something like that as well. Movies 500. Let's get out of the way.
Movies for 500. What does Val Kilmer's character Mad Martigan call Warwick Davis's character Willow in the film Willow?
Oh God, I've not seen this for so long. Oh my God, what does he call him? Damn it.
The house always wins.
Anything after what is Sprout? I'm something like that, but I can't remember.
Who is Peck?
Peck. Yeah, no, I haven't seen that for years. Geek 500.
Geek for 500. How many gallons of blood did Markiplier use to make Iron Lung 5,000 leeway? So that's 5,000 plus or 5,000 in the negative from the correct answer.
I'm thinking like what is 50,000?
What is 80,000 gallons?
I think 50 might have been the previous one. I can't remember. Josh 100, because I want to have a clue questions about you, mate.
Who is my goat of wrestling?
Oh, we did that last time. Oh, which one did you? Because the trouble is, we put a few of them in there. So which would be your goat? I'm not sure, because it's like, because we mentioned so many ones of different eras, so I'm not sure what your overall would be for all the different eras. Who is Undertaker?
Who is Undertaker?
It had to be Undertaker. It's like, it's got to be Undertaker. It's got to be. It's like Josh 200.
Josh for 200. Who is my celebrity crush?
Who is Megan Fox?
Who is Megan Fox? Indeed.
I was going to go like, who is Danny DeVito? Or Josh 300.
Josh for 300. What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees. Up, up, up it goes, and yet never grows.
Cannot think for the life of me what it is. I know it, but I can't think what it is. Nope, can't think what it is.
Then let me do it like this. What has roots?
Yes, I know, but I just can't think what it is.
What is
What
mountain?
Yes, what is mountain? I knew this word, but I just couldn't think what I was thinking. Geek 400.
For Geek for 400. Who has the most deaths on screen as an actor? Oh, I'm testing you here.
It's because there's a few choices. Who's Christopher Lee?
Who is Christopher Lee?
See, it was a close one thinking Sean Bean. There's a trick question. Geek 300.
Geek for 300. What is the race name of the Predators?
No clue because I've not watched the movies where they mention it. You've mentioned it, but I can't think.
Yautja.
Yeah.
What is Yautja?
I've not seen any of the newer Predator movies at all yet. Keep meaning to, but I haven't. Movies 300.
Movies for 300. What film is this quote from? I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
What is Silence of the Lambs?
What is Silence of the Lambs?
I know that one quite well. Right at the end, he's talking to Clarice on the phone. Movies 100.
Movies for 100. What film had 4 dudes headbanging to Bohemian Rhapsody?
That's a trick question because there's actually 5 in the car because they picked somebody else up and he sat in the middle.
Yeah, but he actually isn't headbanging.
I thought he did as well. I know he's quite ill. I don't know. Look at that one. What is Wayne's World?
Correct. Who is Wayne's World?
Josh 400. Never going to get these ones.
Josh for 400. Who is my favorite Transformer? Clue. He is in the original lineup of Transformers in the first Michael Bay film.
I'm not 100% sure, but the only one I can think of is who is Optimus Prime?
Who is Ironhide?
Yeah. See, wasn't sure of that. And I'll do Josh 500.
Okie dokie. I hate deep water. When the water gets up to my shoulders, I slowly start to panic. What is this phobia called?
Has something. Can't think. Can't think what it's called. I should know it.
Thalassophobia.
Yes. They're always such stupid names, aren't they? Okay, Lord of the Rings 500. Start up and go down to the bottom.
When baby Aragorn was brought to Rivendell to be hidden from Sauron's forces, Elrond gave him a secret alias to protect his identity as the heir of Isildur. What was that name, which also translates to hope?
Oh, what the hell is it? No, I cannot think what it is. Can't think for the life of me.
Who is Estelle?
Yeah, I couldn't remember that at all. 400.
Okie dokie. What is the final piece of this scene? We will keep him blind to all else that moves. A diversion. Certainty of death. Small chance of success.
No, can't think.
What are we waiting for? By Gimli in response to Aragorn and Legolas.
Gonna watch them. 200.
Which voice do we hear first in the Fellowship of the Ring?
Galadriel, because she does the opening monologue.
Who is Galadriel?
That was quite easy.
So you got a total of 2,500 on the first Jeopardy page. Okay, you ready for the second one?
Yep, let's go for it.
There's a lot more points on the board for this.
Oh, God.
You've got Resident Evil, Geography, Josh again, WWE, and Music again.
Music again, 300.
Music again for 300. Who composed the Transformers score of the Michael Bay franchise?
I'm not 100% sure.
Just bear with me. Keep thinking about that.
Nope, no idea.
No idea, no?
No, because I don't really watch movies because I don't like them.
Who is Steve Jablonsky?
Yeah, wouldn't have a clue. Not have a clue.
2,500 is in already. Okay, next up.
Music 400. We'll get these out of the way because I won't know what
Music
these expect.
for 400. What is Daft Punk's second biggest hit?
No clue.
What is One More Time?
Heard of it, but 500 music.
500 for music. Who won the 2011 series of The X Factor?
Never watched it.
Okay, who is
No
Little
clue.
Mix?
No clue. Never seen it. 600.
The return of Linkin Park in the 2020s brought which singer to the group?
Can't think of the name. Can't think.
Who is Emily Armstrong?
That's one I should have known, but. And 700.
Who is the famous person who wrote Moonlight Sonata?
Ah, shit. I can't think if it was or not. I'm just going to go with Beethoven. I can't remember who actually wrote it.
Who is Beethoven?
Should have known it because one of my favorites. I went blank. It's like, shit, who wrote it? So I kind of knew it was, but I wasn't 100% sure.
So that's 700 points. I will have to put the separate points down on my paper because it isn't working on this one for some reason. So next up, mate.
Do Josh 300. I'm not going to get the ones about
Josh for 300. What is my favorite color?
Yellow.
What is yellow? So that's 300.
Josh 400.
Josh for 400. What game has been my favorite playthrough so far on my YouTube channel? You're more than welcome to look at my channel.
Which one? No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
It's got to be a Resident. I'm assuming it's going to be a Resident Evil, but which one? Or it's one of the Lego, or it's Jurassic. There's a few to choose from. It's like,
yeah, but not.
I don't know which is necessarily your favorite. What is Resident Evil Director's Cut?
What is Assassin's Creed Black Flag? So far, it has been my favorite playthrough of anything on my channel.
500. Let's get these out of the way.
What are the names of my main courses at uni?
No clue what the names are. We never discussed the names of it.
Creative writing and publishing.
I knew what it was about, but not what it's called. 600.
What is the name of the celebrity I met at my dad's friend's birthday party? Clue: he is an actor and has starred in Star Wars Rogue One.
I can't even remember you mentioning that, like at all.
I have definitely told you before. I do know that.
I have no idea. Really can't.
Who is Spencer Wilding? He plays Darth Vader.
Yeah, I can't remember you mentioned that. How long ago was that?
What, me mentioning it to you, or?
But whatever, because I can't remember it at all.
Really? I've generally thought I have told you this.
No, can't remember that at all.
Okay.
No.
Well, 700?
700 then. Get it done.
I have two main extreme sports that I enjoy doing. However, which one is my preferred? Is it fishing or free running / parkour? It's a 50-50.
I wouldn't call fishing an extreme sport.
It's under the extreme sport banner. It is.
Really?
Yep.
I can't see how that would be an extreme sport. I can't see you doing parkour, so fishing.
What is fishing? So correct there.
Yeah, I can't imagine you doing parkour. No offense.
I've done it in the past. I haven't done it in
Yeah, I can't imagine you doing it at the
4 or
moment.
5 years.
All right, Resident Evil 400.
Resident Evil
I'm not going to get
400.
these.
What virus does William Birkin inject himself with?
Well, I'm assuming it's not going to be the T virus because that would be too obvious. Then it's only a. I'm just going to T virus because I have no clue which one it is.
What is the G
virus.
virus?
That was the next one. It's like one of that, but it's like I'll just go with the obvious. Okay, 300 Resident Evil.
Resident Evil for 300. What is the incident called at the end of Resident Evil 1?
What's the incident called?
Yes.
What is Raccoon City?
What is the mansion incident?
No idea it was called that. Okay, Geography 300.
Geography for 300. What European country has borders with the most other European countries?
Ooh. I'm not sure. I'm going to say, what is Belgium? It's not the German I can think of.
Who is Germany?
That was the second. That was one or the other. Wasn't sure which. Okay, Geography 400.
Geography for 400. What country is landlocked in South Africa?
I don't think of the bloody South African countries now. Nope, can't think. Don't know South Africa.
What is Lesotho?
No clue.
Okay.
Never heard of it. 500.
Of the 14 countries that border China, which nation shares the longest total boundary?
No clue.
What is Panama?
Yep, no clue. No clue, no clue.
Okay.
600.
600. What country has recently banned tourist rides on elephants?
What is India?
What is Indonesia?
Yeah. 700.
Where is Mount St. Helens volcano located?
St. Helens. Oh, God, I should know where that is. I'm trying to think. Do you want the country or the place?
I'm looking for place.
St. Helens. I can't think. Is it the one that's in American Mount St. Helens? I know. It was Yellowstone Park.
What is Washington?
I knew it was somewhere there, but I couldn't remember which one. Oh.
You're not happy about that
400.
one. I could feel that. So which one?
WWE 400.
400 on WWE. Who holds the record for the most losses at WrestleMania?
Losses at WrestleMania. No idea.
Who is Triple H?
Oh, really? Didn't know
Yep.
that. Didn't know that at all. Okay, 500. WWE.
Who was the inaugural WWE NXT Women's Champion?
No clue. I could name maybe 3 people in women's WWE, so no clue. 600.
What was the first 5-star match in WWE?
No idea. Don't know that much about WWE.
I was looking for any of these listed. What is the Intercontinental Championship ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon at WrestleMania 10?
Didn't even know they listed anything as 5-star, so no clue.
Okay.
700.
What year did the Undertaker streak start?
No idea.
What is 1991 versus Jimmy Superfly Snuka?
WWE 300.
Who was the first Grand Slam champion in WWE?
No clue.
Who was Shawn Michaels?
Yep, no idea. I don't follow it that closely to know. I watched it when I was a kid and that occasionally now, so no idea for most of that. Okay, Resident Evil 500. Can't see me getting these.
Who is the main villain of Resident Evil 8?
Ooh, 8 Village. Oh, who is Mother Miranda? Was she the?
Who is Mother Miranda? Is
Oh
correct.
God, I got that. Jesus Christ. Okay, next one. 6.
Who is in charge of the Stars Bravo team?
Who was Albert Wesker? Wasn't he?
Who is Enrico?
Enrico.
Wesker is in charge of Alpha.
Alpha. Was it Alpha, was it? Because I thought
Yep.
they went in to get the other team.
No, Bravo team went first. Alpha team went in second.
That's why that, yeah. See a 700 then.
What was on the key ring for the jet ski in Resident Evil 4?
Never played it, so I'd have no idea.
What is a bear?
Okay. Yeah, never played it, so it's not one I would ever know. Because you know my thoughts on Resident Evil 4. Not a fan. I've played the intro, and that's about it.
Well, your total score has come up to a decent 4,700.
I wouldn't say decent, it was shit, but most of it I wouldn't have a clue on anyway. So,
well, I think you're getting sick and tired of me quizzing you. That's all I seem to
especially
do.
since it's quite difficult for you to find the ones that I would know. Like half the music ones, I wouldn't have a clue. WWE, I wouldn't have a clue. So I
you can
don't
definitely
follow
tell that these two sheets were made for multiple people.
Yeah.
But I tried getting people involved, and every time I asked since last week,
it's
said, no,
nice weather. It's a bank holiday. People are time. They're not like us. They like to stay when it's hot. People like to go out there, weirdos.
Yeah, well, we've got 20 minutes, give or take, left. So there are a few things that I want to talk about.
Okay.
And one of them being the most recent trailer for Resident Evil. Not really a trailer, I mean like a director's sneak peek. I take it you've seen a video of him talking to press?
Nope, nothing.
Okay.
All I've seen is that trailer. So I'm not sure if the sound will work. You're sharing that. We'll have to see because sometimes the mute puts sound.
See, the bigger problem is if I can find it on YouTube, because I know I haven't seen it on YouTube. Either way, won't wander too long about it, but the director showed us some more footage of our main character in the story missing a lock on the door.
Yeah, I've seen that where he misses the lock. Yeah.
The second thing of it is being scared to go down a long, dark corridor that has light at the end of it. And thirdly, do you remember the point of view that I told you about?
Mm-hmm.
We get to see more. We get to see that. We get to look down the barrel of the shotgun. We get first-person camera angles, which is perfect. Because that's one thing.
As long as it's done right, because I remember them doing it in Doom, and it was kind of funny, but it didn't really work that well, did it? It was a bit like, really is a bit kind of harsh on it. So yeah.
So, second thing is Destiny. We've already spoken about it at the beginning, but we can talk about it more in depth now. So, we have got the petition for Destiny 3. Whether that will happen or not is to be foreseen.
I doubt it.
So the big question here is, what do you think is going to happen to Destiny 1 and 2 with all of this happening at the moment for Destiny 2? Second part is, I'll ask that after you answered that first one.
I think it won't be long before the plug is pulled completely because it's going to cost them money keeping them running. And if people aren't buying silver to buy cosmetics, they're not going to be making any money on it whatsoever. So I think it's dependent on that because that's the only way they can make money on those. It's not just people logging in. It's people doing something. So if there's no updates anymore, there's no season passes, there's no, anything being updated, it relies on people going there. And how much support is it actually going to get when something goes wrong?
Okay, so
I think eventually the plug. They're going to see how much money they're making on it for a little bit, and then Sony will just go, "Nah, it's a shit," and just close it down because they've done it before.
Yeah. My response to that is I don't want to see it. Clearly, I do not want that. But hopefully, with the TWID that was read out by everyone, I'm hoping at some point, because we've got 3 separate updates. The last big update is listed, but it isn't the 9th. It's towards the end of the month. And I'm thinking that last big chunk will be unsunsetting the sunsetting vault.
No,
I'm saying
it
that
can't.
hopefully.
But it can't. They don't have the content. The vault is nonsense. They physically cannot bring back like the Red War or anything. They don't have it to bring back. That was part of the court case. They couldn't bring it back. As evidence, they were using YouTube videos to show the Red War in the court case because they physically don't have the ability to take the stuff back that they vaulted. We will not get the Red War. For sake, nothing's coming back.
Which is kind of bad businessing, to be fair.
Because they did it if they didn't give a shit because they were looking at doing other stuff. And it was easier to get rid of it all rather than to recode it. So they started recoding, like the new stuff is being coded differently and the old stuff is not compatible. So they cannot unset the content they put in there. So we won't get, the wonderful Osiris storyline back.
Okay.
They took it away and they're not going to give it back. They can't. They do not have it.
So the second question is, what do you think Bungie's future is going to look like? Let's say a rough 5 years. Predict the next 5 years for Bungie.
It ain't going to take 5 years, mate. They're going to be stripped bare. Bungie will not exist. I give them at most a year and a half, 2 years at most. Marathon is not going to hit off like they want it to. The player numbers are lower than Destiny 2. And Destiny 2 has nobody playing it. So they're going to try and pump more into Marathon. The trouble is they've alienated all the Destiny players.
Yes.
Even Aztecross plays it, but he'll play it for an update and then he won't go back to it. So I can't see them doing that. And Sony aren't going to put up with a game that's not performing. They've already lost, 700 million since they took Bungie?
Roughly about that, yeah.
And the trouble is now, and they've confirmed they're having major layoffs at Bungie, basically anyone not working on Marathon is being scrapped. It's basically what's happening. So they've not got a big team working on it. They've only got the Marathon team. And now if they're adding PvE on top of PvP, and they don't have that much staff, I can't see this kind of future. I don't think it's got the sprawling storyline. Destiny had a 10-year story.
Yes.
Marathon doesn't have a story like that. It's not in the same way. It's one particular place, Tau Ceti. That's about it. I think they've shot themselves in the foot with a game that they can just update little bits at a time. They can't have something that's going to handle longevity like Destiny. Look, there's 2 games there, 10 years of content. They don't have that with Marathon, and it's going to bleed numbers. They're going to have an update. People will play it for a little bit. All the good weapons and stuff will be there, but then what is there to go back for? People will stop playing it going like, well, I've got what I wanted. The season's going to be finished in a couple of months. It's going to wipe everything. I'll just wait till there's something new. And it's going to have a major drop-off the mid-season every time. And Sony aren't going to put up with that. They've already stripped so many different developers and cancelled them and deleted them. Bungie's the next one to go. They're not going to survive.
No, they won't. I agree. So, third question, and then we'll move on to another topic of conversation, is this third question is, what would you do if Bungie decide to put all their eggs into one basket and have, like, hypothetically, have the ability to start Destiny 3? And my question goes into this. What you're going to be answering on this question is, if they became a fan-based development team, if they can build Destiny 3 up from the ground with fan input, what is that first thing that you would want to do if you could be a part of that conversation? What's that first thing that comes to head that you would try and get involved?
It's getting back to basics and making the storyline the important thing, because Destiny we loved because of the storyline, and every like week when they're having the drip feed, going and get the next part of the story and seeing what happens to the characters and the world and doing all that and having something to move towards. So every new weapon, every new raid, it came along with a story, so it's cohesive. And
Yes.
they moved away from that. It was no longer making sense, and they had Star Wars stuff which didn't gel with anything else, and it just made no sense. They've got to go back to the this is a storyline. They have to have a cohesive storyline. It's like look at Star Wars when they had a storyline that was being written by one person predominantly, and it was going like this is the story, this is the next story, this is the conclusion. That's what Destiny used to have. And then they got to the end and went, oh, we don't know what we're going to do now. And the whole Neo Mooner and stuff was just bullshit and crap. That's when it fell apart. When they did that out of nowhere and they just tried to, I don't know, they tried to make it available to everyone but no one at the same time, like they've done with Marathon. That's what Neo Mooner was. It was kind of nobody asked for that place to be like it is with the characters. Everyone hates a certain character there. I won't say why, but everyone hates them. But the area just didn't work.
No.
It was too hard. There was no reason to go there, and the story made no sense.
And may I remind you, with Neo Muna, the entirety of the first 2 months of Lightfall's release, all the enemies didn't have a level, they had an exclamation mark, an exclamation point. After its 2 month release window, you started seeing levels, but then again, most of the enemies still had that exclamation point. Still, there are a lot of exclamation points, but all of the levels are doubled your levels.
Why?
Say you're a level 20, it's going to be a level 40.
It makes it no fun going there. It's like playing as Gaz or something.
Yeah.
You just can't kill anything. You're just not going to it. It's like it puts so many people off the game. But it did. It put him off the game because he couldn't get to the level that he needs to be to kill the things. And if you go to Nemo, how many people quit because of Lightfall? Some big YouTubers quit at Lightfall and didn't even play Final Shape.
No.
You know, Moist Critical is a good example. He loved Destiny. He was doing day one raids. Came to Lightfall, hated it, and didn't
go back. Hated it. Yeah, he didn't continue after that.
Because it was a crock of shit and the storyline made no sense. It was, oh look, Palpatine's returned somehow. It was that level of bullshit. And it was pointless because they put people in charge of it who didn't give a shit, and they changed many things instead of letting the developers do it. It's like look at Subnautica. There you go. They sold it to Crafton and was still developing. And Crafton tried to screw them over. They managed to get it back and sort it out. And Subnautica 2 is fantastic. The storyline is amazing. The graphics are great. The gameplay is exactly what we wanted from Subnautica. It's like playing the original all over again. And so everybody is saying as well. Everyone was like, "Oh no, is this going to be crap? Is this going to be like I know Below Zero?" That it was Subnautica, but it didn't feel the same. It wasn't as fun. It wasn't as vibrant. The storyline was interesting, but it didn't draw you in, and it didn't have the sense of wonder that Subnautica had. Subnautica 2 has that back. You know, it's taken them years to get to this point. And this is only early access. There's so much in the game. You have like Jacksepticeye played it early. He was like, "Oh, I think I've done everything you can." And then he went a little bit further. He's like, "Oh shit, there's a whole new area I've not been to. Like I almost didn't do it." There's so much there. But Destiny used to be like that. It used to be people that were passionate about the franchise and loved Destiny. And I think when like DMG and people like that left, that's when it started to fall apart. Yeah, he came back, but by that point it's too late. It's when they got rid of those people and they just started sacking people that were the heart of Destiny. That's when it died. The same as Star Wars. As soon as George Lucas stepped back, they just went, "Oh, let's just do this and have a different idea." That's what I feel Destiny had. It was a different set of writers who wanted to do their thing in their direction instead of following what was good and what the fans and the players were after. And you get Lightfall and the crappy storyline, people were just like, "Oh, spite." And then we had like Witch Queen. Witch Queen was so good and so many levels. The storyline was amazing. The gameplay was great. Everything about that worked. It was like Forsaken again. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
In Lightfall, they just went, let's put that there and that there. There was no reason for anything. And that's what they need to have. They need to come up with a cohesive story for at least 5 years. Now, I'm not saying they need to do a 10-year, but they have to have a storyline. Story, end. Story, end. And do it like that. Do it like a TV show. Looking at our favorite TV shows, Buffy or anything else, a season is a cohesive storyline, but there's an arc going through all of it. Babylon
Yeah.
5, to me, that's what Destiny used to be. Each season made sense, and then as soon as they drifted away, so that's what they need, is that cohesive story going from season to season. The seasons can be different things, but they all link it together.
Yes. So my reply to the question that I gave you would be different. In my video about Destiny, I said at the end, this is what I personally would do if there was a Destiny 3. And considering the question is revolved around Destiny 3 and Bungie being a fan-based led game, my idea is similar to yours. Story. Make sure the story is central. Everything is revolved around the story. Story is the centerpiece. Practically, what I'm saying is, yes, the story is the centerpiece, but do it better. And by saying this, I mean, for Destiny 3, have everything from the beginning of Destiny 1 enhanced all the way to the end of Destiny 2. The final shape. Have all of that base game for Destiny 3.
That's too much. That's far too much.
Wait. I'm saying have that as like multiple expansions, but you don't have to pay ridiculous amount of money like we were.
Yeah, but then
hang on. You pay for what? Half, say 100 quid for an expansion, you pay 50 to get that expansion. But then Destiny 3 actually takes a lift up, and then Destiny 3 officially starts. That's what I thought. Or I could go down the route of literally play Lightfall at the beginning of Destiny 3. All of Lightfall is there. That's the main story of Destiny 3's beginning. Like Destiny 1 had a story for free. Destiny 2 had the Red War, a story for free. Destiny 3's story, should you start off with Lightfall, get Prismatic, go all the way to the end of Lightfall's subplots with like Cade and Crow, then you've got Ikora, Zavala, like all the little different subplots. Then the first expansion comes in.
Do you mean Lightfall or Final Shape?
Final Shape.
Rather than Lightfall, because Lightfall was a piece of crap. If they started with that, nobody would play it.
No, start with Final Shape, finish with Final Shape as the first story, and then Bosch, a completely new side of Destiny we haven't seen. Don't follow the 3 episodes and then the expansion. Don't. Just start as soon as you finish.
Like something like you said, like Final Shape was good. You couldn't do all of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. That's 10 years of content. You couldn't have that as a beginning of a game because people would then buy games that they've already got, and it would take so long to get to where Destiny 3 starts that people wouldn't. You couldn't. You have to have something new. So if you started with Final Shape, it has to be that as like Red War, and then have the first part of the next story. So you've got something. So you play that, and then now this is it. You couldn't wait then and have to have a story after that. It would have to lead into a story directly.
You see, if Destiny 3 were to become a thing, I don't want seasonal stuff like we used to. I know that's how the game breathes and how Bungie get their money. But with that being said, I feel like when it comes to story in particular, every time a story ends, it's set up the next story ready.
Well, that's kind of the point of doing like a seasonal model. That's how it should be.
If you get halfway through a season, you already are putting 1 and 2 things together to figure out what the next season or story is going to be. By the time you finish that season, the next season is already built for you. And you're like, this is what I know. This is what I have.
The whole point of having a cohesive story that is going along and you unlock it month by month. So that each of the seasons doesn't necessarily follow on directly, but it can have something on a different character, a different place. But bits of that link it back to the original. So you go out to the Reef or the Dreaming City, and it doesn't seem like it's related, but something then it's like, oh shit, that's where it links up. That's where that happened. That's where that came from. And that's what needs to be to build the narrative. So you go to all the different places and the seasons can be slightly different and not seem to be linked. But then you find out, oh, hang on a minute, that now makes sense to that thing that happened 2 seasons ago.
So now moving on, there is something I want to talk about. It's still Destiny and Bungie related, but this was something that I saw on Facebook today.
Mm-hmm.
Hypotheticals, as usual. What would make a good Destiny 3? And the 5 options this account listed has me intrigued, because I wouldn't mind seeing any of these 5. So I'm going to tell you the 5, and you just pick one and talk about it, and then that will come to the end of this week's episode. So, 1, you get to be a different species that the Traveler has touched, and you see the rise, the Golden Age, and the fall to when the Traveler leaves. You get to witness like the Elixir, you witness the Hive, you witness anything that the Traveler has seen. Okay. Second one is an origin story of a famous Guardian. You play as that Guardian's origin. Okay, so like a Cade or a Zavala, etc. Number 2 is based thousands upon thousands of years in the future, where the Traveler is still alive and kicking, but it's no longer in the Sol system. It's completely somewhere else, and you've got an entirety new game with the heart of Destiny and Destiny 2 still active, which is the Traveler. Fourth is we've got a new Guardian, but it's a rogue Guardian. We don't stay towards the story. We don't listen to what the Vanguard tells us. We are a rogue Guardian. We are our own Guardian. We're our own thing. We've encountered Guardians. Gambit, the Drifter, he's his own Guardian. What if we were one of those? And last but not least, what if we got to play as one of these many disciples or one of these many villains of a clan, per se? So which one of those would you...
None of them.
None of them?
There are particular reasons, so I'll go through each one in order. So first one, you'd be in different races that were visited by the Traveler and having their Golden Age. The thing about Destiny is its explanation of what happens when you die and why you get reborn. That wouldn't happen.
No.
So that kind of counts that out as a Destiny game, because that's the main mechanic, is explaining why you get resurrected when you die. And that's one of the big things I like about that. It's like I said, with Subnautica 2, they've also put that into the game, what happens when you die, why you come back. And that for me is the big thing about Destiny that makes sense. You play other games, you die, you just come back. And there's different reasons for that, but it has to be built into it. Why? You look at Borderlands and you get kind of reprinted, similar to Subnautica 2 now does that. But it would be missing that. So I'm not sure how that could work. If you're a Elixir, you're very fragile. You're not going to last that long against stuff. So it's not going to... I don't see that working. It's interesting as little side stories, part of a main game, like we're doing Destiny. It's like, and this is what happened. And then you get to live out different lives to see what happened previously with the Traveler. That would make sense, but I couldn't have a whole game on that.
Okay.
What was the second one?
The second, so the first one was reliving other species.
Races. Yeah.
The second one was, oh my god, what did I say? Because I've rehearsed it. Shit. I don't know what I said about the second one. I'm going to try and...
So I'm trying to remember what they are. I thought you had it on screen. That's why I was...
No, I read them and they stuck. Like, wow, okay.
Well, they didn't stick, then, did they?
No, they didn't. They stuck. Ken went out and
they
left.
have similar reasons for each of them, but that's why I want to go through them one by one. So I'll need to the second one.
Well, do distant in the future, many, many, many distant years into the future, you're a new race with the Traveler.
Which is fine. As once again, it has to be dependent on us being kind of guardians. So that's fine, as long as we've got ghosts and there's guardians. It has to have that mechanic, or the game just will not work. You can't have Crucible, you can't have Gambit, you can't have any of those things which are the core of Destiny. So you couldn't do the PvP, you couldn't do any of that because it doesn't work as a live service game at all. So it has, as long as it has that, I'm fine with not being in this solar system, being in a different solar system with different races, but you still have to have that mechanic. In each of
And
these, you have to. And if you're looking at the ones where, oh, you can be Cade, you can do that, that's a single player game.
yeah,
That's not
that was
Destiny.
the next one I was going to
Destiny
talk about.
isn't a single player game. You could make a part of Destiny single player, but the thing that makes Destiny work, core of Destiny, is it's a live service game and there's multiplayer. You get to play it with clanmates. I know I'm more of a solo player, but you know what I mean. That's the whole point of the game, is that you've got the community. You strip that away to a single player game, you may as well play something else because it's a single player game. If they did it as this is a standalone single player Destiny, that would be cool, but it wouldn't be Destiny 3. It would be
And
Destiny single player.
what about your opinion on being a potential rogue group of guardians or a rogue guardian?
But then it goes back to the community. We've now got several thousand rogue guardians. It goes away from the storyline of us defending the last city, us being the last hope for humanity. You can kind of go off and do your thing, but you're doing once again, it's not going to work in the same way as live service. The reason it works is because we have the missions from the Vanguard. Those are our missions. Those are our objectives. You strip those away, what have you got left? Do you just go
Nothing
around
much.
collecting gold and trinkets and guns and just go around killing people randomly? It doesn't make sense from a story aspect to do that. Once again, as a standalone like single player or two-player game where you've got a campaign mode, I could see that kind of working as an offshoot, but it couldn't be what Destiny 3 needs to be. Destiny 3 needs to be a story-driven narrative with a big community. That's what Destiny is at its heart. Otherwise, you're playing Halo or something
Then
else, aren't you?
my final question before we say goodbye to the listeners is Destiny 3 is being made. Do you think the community will trust Bungie, or do you think they've done too much damage to the community?
To be honest, I think it's kind of late to be starting a Destiny 3. The number of years it would take to develop a whole new game, I don't know how many people will be around then. You're talking what, maybe 5 years?
Yeah, say 4 to 5 years.
4 to 5 years. You think of the Destiny creators as across, I know,
They would have all moved on.
everybody else. They're all moving on now. They have to. They have to find something else to do. And in that 5 years, a lot of those people will be having kids and moving on and doing other things in their lives. They may not be content creators. As of course has kids and all that. So, people do, but some people will move on. Will there be the community? And plus the players, the player base isn't necessarily at an age like me, for instance, being old and I can sit there and play games, and I've got the other stuff in my life. A lot of the players are like your age. I know what happens when you want to settle down and you finish uni and do that. Will you then be wanting to play Destiny as much as you would now? If you've got a family, you've got a kid on the way, and it's the player base will have moved on. 5 years is a long time for gaming.
Yeah.
Will people have moved on? That's my biggest concern. It's now so late that even if the people that loved it, you may not have that player base available playing in the same way. And plus, games and so on will move on. What if there's something better comes out?
Like, all valid points, valid arguments. Everything that you've said is more than enough reason not to sign the petition, but
we signed anyway because we want to see it. But it's the time that I think is the trouble. It's the time and the cost. I can't see Sony paying the cost. They weren't willing to do it when Destiny was massive and they paid, 4 billion or whatever for Bungie, and they didn't want Destiny 3. What the hell did they want Bungie for? They wanted them because, oh yeah, they can help us make all these live service games. And they failed abysmally at that, and every single live service game was scrapped. Because they realized Bungie ain't got a clue what they're doing.
Because the Bungie themselves got rid of the heart. Bungie, they got rid of themselves.
Yep, all it was about was Pete Parsons getting extra cars. That's all the acquisition was about. He lied about all the things Bungie could do, and they got Bungie. He went, right, I'm going, bye guys, and left it. And Sony went, what the hell is this shit? They can't do any of this because they tried to help Naughty Dog, wouldn't it? Doing like Last of Us. Didn't work. They gave him a load of advice and it all fell apart. Bungie don't know what to do other than Destiny. And they got rid of all the people that knew how to do Destiny. So yeah, I just can't see it happen as much as I'd like to. All the petitions in the world isn't going to make Sony put their money out to do it. And it's the time investment. I don't know how long Marathon has been in development, but look at all the trouble they had with that. Just,
I mean,
yeah.
the meme that you sent me perfectly sums it up. With
Yeah.
Aldrin Solve, Arcade, with Ace of Spades, like,
yeah.
Any last words? How's Marathon?
Yeah.
So, yeah, regardless, is there anything else you want to say?
No, but I was just checking how long did Marathon take. 6 years Marathon was in development.
Okay, well, there's that.
If they did Destiny 3 now, it's kind of 6 years. That's a long time. Yeah, that's crazy.
Destiny, if Bungie don't pull the plug on Destiny 1 and 2 and they keep them going for as long as they can, might be a reason to eventually go back to it at some point.
Hopefully, it'd be good. It'd be interesting to see what they're doing. They've got Sparrow Racing finally. There's all the stuff people asked for. It's like they suddenly go, "Oh yeah, look, we got that," because they didn't know it was ending. But there's things there. But I don't know. It's kind of sad to go back as well, isn't it?
So, where can people find you, mate?
If you want to find me, you can find me on the internet and on YouTube from Wasn't My Fault, or my music reaction channel WMF Reacts, or sometimes on Twitch under Nukami.
You can find me on YouTube at The Welsh Assassin 998 or Twitch The Welsh Assassin 998248. Oh, and until next time, I've been Josh.
And I'm Nathan.
And bye-bye.
Bye-bye.